Welcome, wonderful friends, to the Sunday Rune and Card reading. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much to those of you who've been following these readings that I post every Sunday, and thank you for sharing, liking and for subscribing. It really does help to kind of maintain this community. That's what we are really, this channel. We are a community of people who are walking that spiritual pathway, and so thank you so much. And this week we are actually going to do something that's a little bit different. So rather than have cards from every tarot pack in each of the readings, we are going to draw from different tarot packs for reading 1, reading 2 and reading 3. Now, as always, we have additional guidance here from some beautiful crystals. In a moment I will speak about the meanings of these crystals, the energy, the gifts they bring us, and we'll talk about how they influence and help to bring messages through in each of the readings today. And of course, today is a wonderful day. It's a new moon. It's a new moon in Leo, and so what I thought I would do to begin is to actually just read you a little bit from the Art of Manifestation Astro-Moon journal about the coming month of August, and also about today's new moon, particularly in terms of the way that we can use the energy for our new moon wishes, and I'm going to say intentions too, but I'll say a little bit more about that, because wishes and intentions are different. People often sort of talk about them in the same light, but they are actually slightly different, and if we understand that difference, it can really help us with our manifestations. So before I do that, let me just tune in. For those of you that are already following me and are part of this amazing community, you'll know my younger sister is an astrologer. She's written a fabulous blog about today's new moon. I posted it on my Facebook page, and I think it's on her website too. So what I will do in the information box below and in the comments for phone users, what I'll do, I'll put a series of links. So there will be the timings, first of all, so you can jump to any of the readings that you wish to at any time. You could do that now immediately if you already know which reading you want to tune in with. I'll also put a link to my Facebook page where I post daily moon times literally every single day. I'm really maintaining that well at the moment. So if the moon, wherever she is, whatever phase she's in, whatever sign she's flowing through, if she's in a void of course space when she's in between signs, so that it helps us to really gauge how the moon is affecting us personally. So those are posted every day, so I'll put a link to the Facebook page. Now, for those of you who are already a part of this community, you'll know I give away a free private reading every month, and also a pack of the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards. I give away a first edition, signed limited first edition. Now, I'll be announcing that during the week. If you'd like to be in that draw, do just, I'll put the link to join our subscriber email list. Obviously subscribe first and then add yourself to that email list, and you will then be in the monthly draw ongoing every month. I'll be making that announcement during this coming week. And I'll also put links to Jocelyn's website so that you can access her blog about the new moon. I think along with it, she's actually written quite a detailed little piece of information, just a little paragraph for every individual sign. So there's some really good information in terms of the flow of energy just through the beginning of August there. So I'll put a link to her website. I'll also put a link to the big 3 monthly readings that I have done that cover July, August and September. So those massive readings, there's a playlist on YouTube with the overviews, gives you a summary of the 3 months, and also you can access the big full readings as you go right through every month, along with karmic pathway cards and relationship cards. So I'll put the links there as well to access those via my website and via Vimeo as well. Gosh, what a lot of information. Thank you so much for bearing with me. So, and also actually, I would also just add finally, as the next year's 2022 Art of Manifestation Astro-Moon Diary and Journal are they're pretty much there, and they are going through, they're sort of going through into print very, very soon. If you're on any of my email lists, I will email out as soon as they are available, or indeed as soon as we set up a pre-order page. We do a pre-order at a lower price for anyone who buys directly via our little AZ of Emotional Health store. Though to be fair, for some of you, wherever you are in the world, given the postage, sometimes it's actually kind of more reasonable just to get them on Amazon, if that's something that interests you. So anyway, let's just gauge where we are with August. So August 2021, a month of conscious activity, because in terms of manifestation, this month offers much promise. The key to working with the incoming energy is to be able to see beyond our own immediate desires and follow any guidance that illuminates our unique contribution in the ever-evolving pathway into a new age. The energetics of the new moon in Leo on the 8th invite us to hold in mind a vision for the future and to set wishes that unite the needs of us as individuals with those of the greater collective. So real opportunity to begin to align ourselves with our personal calling and to seek guidance if we're unsure as to what that might be at this moment in time. In a year when so much has been systematically revealed to us, not always easily I would add, it is time to pull the information together and build a blueprint for the future. With both Venus and Mars progressing through Virgo during the month of August, we are asked not only to dream of the world that we wish to see, but also to take actions to initiate the process of manifesting this dream into reality. For anyone who's been itching to get going and start to manifest change in real terms, the energetics this month are going to serve you very well. But be sure to look beyond your own immediate desires and align your actions with the greater collective and the greater vision as well. Mercury, the winged messenger of the gods, enters Virgo on the 12th and journeys to meet with the motivated, fiery, get-up-and-go energy of Mars. They are exact on the 19th. This collaboration invites us to enter into the kinds of conversations that can transform ideas into actions. And with Venus moving into Libra on the 17th, this brings balance and harmony to the diminishing connection between Saturn and Uranus. For anyone who's not familiar with the astrological collaboration, Saturn and Uranus I've been pushing for change during this year, and sometimes bringing things that feel a bit like, I'm going to say, sort of both break down and break through simultaneously, so not always easy. Now, I'm not going to continue reading all the way through. What I will do is I'll post this information on Facebook as well, so that anyone wanting to look ahead through the month of August can do so. You can check in with it there. What I do want to do is just read you the information about the new moon, which is in the Astro-Moon journal, where there's also space in the journal for your new moon wishes. So the new moon in Leo invites us to get creative. This is a magnificent energy to engage with in the creation of a brand new vision board encompassing all of the learning that's been brought to us this year so far. A new moon in Leo naturally lends itself to wishes that focus on creativity, love and romance, playfulness, generosity and fun. The energy of a Leo new moon also supports us in making wishes that enhance our personal passions, our leadership qualities, bring us enthusiasm and determination, and encourage the building of our confidence and our individual self-expression. Given the potential to take action this month and to actually initiate our manifestations in real terms, this is a perfect moon to make wishes that request help in building both confidence and durability. It's also perfect to set wishes that support any creative ventures that you may wish to initiate, and I would actually say also to persevere with. If you're the kind of person who procrastinates, this is a perfect moon to wish for assistance in dispersing any resistance to your personal progress with ease. In terms of your work-life balance and your investment in relationships, love and romance, and any desires you may have to bring lightheartedness and playfulness into your relationships, this new moon is ideal for wishes that orientate in these directions. So in your new moon ceremonies, write down your 10 wishes and open yourself to receive the guidance that you need to highlight the next steps on your pathway of manifestation. To engage with the new moon energy at its most powerful, be sure to write your wishes down during the 8 hours following the exact time of the new moon in your location. And the timings are here. Again, I will post all of this onto Facebook, and the link will be in the information box and the comments below. So wonderful, friends. We have 3 beautiful crystals here. So reading number 1, we're going to be aligning and tuning in with green calcite. Now this is interesting as well, because this new moon begins a new phase of the tribal moon cycles. So in Native American understanding is perhaps the best way of saying it, of working with the lunar energy. This is the month of She Who Heals. She represents a rite of passage, our intuition, the truth of things. So an incredible energy during the whole of this month for, again, transformation and initiating actions that see our manifestations through in terms of making them real. That feels what, August has got a lot of energy around that. So reading number 1, we're tuning in with green calcite, which is a memory stone. Green calcite actually helps us to shift our perspectives. If there's a memory that's lingering, that is colouring us in a way, colouring our lives, our thoughts, our actions, in a way that hinders our progress, we can shift our perspectives when we work with green calcite. It's a real healer. Now, reading number 2, we're going to use carnelian. This is raw carnelian, beautiful piece here. And raw carnelian gives us durability. It gives us resilience. If you procrastinate, carnelian is amazing because it really helps you to overcome that. It gives us the willpower, the determination, the vitality to persevere and see something through to the finish. So it's very good not only for initiating something, but also for really holding course. So reading 1, a memory stone, shifting past perspectives. Reading 2, giving us the willpower, determination, resilience, durability to not only initiate things, but to stay on track. And reading number 3, we have a beautiful citrine point. Citrine is known as the abundance stone. It's about fulfillment. It radiates energy. It holds the energy of abundance. If you struggle with any aspect of lack, then citrine is the stone to carry. This really, again, helps things to emerge, to flourish, to bring that vitality into our lives. That also, it's kind of like it holds that energy around us. So, if we think an attitude of gratitude brings things to us, an attitude of gratitude along with a piece of citrine, a citrine point, will very often help to sort of, it keeps the vibrational energy in our personal zone at a high vibrational level and helps things to emerge and to actually manifest in real terms, and especially in terms of abundance in all areas of life. So this is the stone that is governing reading number 3. So what we are going to do now, we have 3 different packs of cards. We're going to use this tarot pack first. We will be drawing some oracle cards as well, and we'll also be using the runes. I'm not going to be able to use a card that flipped over, not in a pick a card reading. Again, you may already know which reading or readings you want to move on to, so we're going to do 5 cards in each, so each pack will be different. So this is the Mythic Tarot. This is sometimes known as the Thoth pack. It's the Aleister Crowley Mirror of the Soul tarot pack. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is the Lightseers Tarot. Now I'm going to draw a spirit animal guide. One for each reading. And I'm going to draw one Art of Manifestation oracle card. And then I'm also going to draw an angel guide as well. Okay, I have to say there is a real sparkly energy here. I think there's a lot of potential vitality that can come through in August. It's been really interesting in many ways, astrologically, until we get into the autumn, which will be the next big three-month readings that I do. I don't think we're going to see stuff necessarily emerge. It's feeling a bit, for a lot of people, I'm noticing. We're doing lots of work. It's like we're laying foundations at the moment. We're doing lots and lots of work, but nothing is quite emerging as yet. You know, we are seeing some seeds shoot through, but we haven't got to that space. It doesn't feel we're in that space of harvest yet. However, it's really important to recognize that the work we are doing, you know, that walking that spiritual pathway is paving the way for the emergence of our manifestations. I'm really doing a huge amount of additional work into projects that I hope will bring a lot more information around manifesting, particularly with the moon, hoping to really bring that out, you know, into the public domain in an easily accessible way. So again, if you're on any of my email lists, as and when things emerge, which probably won't be till the autumn given everything that's going on astrologically, you know, I will keep you posted and updated. Okay, we're going to bring, one rune. One very powerful little rune. I would also just say, you know, the energy of today's new moon. Today's new moon is squaring with Uranus. Uranus is the great awakener, astrologically. He's the bringer of sudden changes. And the moon is also flowing beautifully. She's in a trine with Chiron, the wounded healer. So, yeah, if there are any disruptions today in your day, trust they're showing you something. And likewise, if you are looking in your new moon wishes to heal anything or to find resolution, really good energy to potentially ask for sort of sudden illuminations or for information to be shown to you in a very immediate way. So, wonderful friends, I'm going to pause the video and before I move into the new readings, and I'll put a little, I'm going to pause it and actually line the cards up so they look really beautiful for the thumbnail. You may already know which reading you wish to move to. If you don't, press the pause button and just spend a bit of time with each of these piles. See which one or ones is really speaking to you. So wonderful friends, I will see you in a moment in the readings. So much love to you, and thank you so much for liking, sharing, for commenting and supporting both me and one another. And yeah, just thank you for subscribing as well. It really does help me to continue to put free stuff into the world. So much love to you all. Namaste. Welcome to reading number 1. With this beautiful energy of the green calcite coming through, the memory stone. We have the rune of growth. This is very powerful. This embodies a new phase of, literally a new phase of life, a new phase of growth, a new chapter, the unfolding of something, terminations and new beginnings. Very powerful rune. Magical energy, Berkana, the rune of growth. So something is, I'm feeling like there's a shift. It's really interesting, even though I haven't even turned the cards over yet. It's really fascinating. In my body, I can feel a rising of energy. Let's see what our cards are showing. So we have King of Wands. Wow. Queen of Swords. There's partnership here. this partnership. Now we have the page in reverse. That's interesting. So there is something that needs to be shifted. Then we have another queen. Gosh, 2 queens. And the lovers. There are choices ahead of you. Okay, we have, look at this, we have wonderful claim your independence, persevere, and leadership. You are being asked to take charge of your life. There's some decisions around you. For some of you, there is the potential for a relationship. But one way or the other, there are choices available to you. Let's first look at this. Now, it's really interesting. This is obviously a generic reading, and therefore, you know, it's going to reach different people in different ways. I'm fascinated by the Page of Pentacles here in reverse, with the card of persevere sitting underneath. Who would have thought that a humble acorn could grow into a mighty oak tree? But of course this takes time. Whatever you are involved in, this card brings a message of reassurance. Your hard work and continued effort and dedication will come to fruition. You are asked to persevere and trust. I feel like, gosh, the rune Berkana of growth, I feel like the universe has your back in some way. There's something you are manifesting. You've already sown the seeds. It's like, so this is not new to you. Some area of your life. For some of you, it's quite interesting. I'm being shown, for some of you, it's more than one area of your life. For some of you, you're literally full on engaged in trying to manifest in more than one area. It's like your relationship area, your home area, your work, a creative project. You're full on in all areas. For others, it's very specific. It's an area. I feel like someone is going to come into your world who's going to help you here. Really, really interesting. The energy of someone coming in is going to kind of almost reignite the passion, reignite the project, reignite your desire, maybe literally light your heart up. And there may, interestingly enough, be more than one choice available to you. There's definitely a re-injection of something, whatever seeds you've been sowing. For some of you as well, it's like a phase has come to a completion. This is the memory stone as well. There's a shifting of energy, a surging of energy. You're seeing something differently. You're seeing something through different eyes, from a different perspective. You've overcome something. Now there's a really interesting flow of energy here. I'm going to leave the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Sometimes I do some energy shifting, but this feels right. The reversal of this card today isn't needing to be turned into an upright position to flow forwards. You're simply being asked to persevere and have patience. It is exactly as I was saying in the introduction at the beginning of this video. It's about laying solid foundations, nurturing the ground for your own deliverance. Now there is something here about taking charge of your own life, claiming your independence, not being too swayed by anyone. For those of you, I do feel someone is coming into your world who may be of genuine assistance. What I want you to do though is to consider still, it's like holding your own, again leadership, holding your own, accepting support and help and love and guidance, and yet still holding your own personal unique vision. You know how sometimes it's like at the beginning of a relationship, you meet someone and you think, gosh, this person could be, you know, this could be the relationship I've been looking for. I don't know yet, but I've got to take time to discover, but this feels right. And we can sort of collapse ourselves into almost like merging with the other person because it feels so right, but we can sort of almost lose sight of ourselves. Now, this is actually asking you to accept, the help, embrace, it's almost if it is a new relationship, and I think for some of you it is. If it is a new relationship or a new beginning of an existing relationship, then hold your own within it. And I don't mean in a negative fashion at all. I mean literally be yourself, be your authentic self. Don't duck and dive. Don't allow your desire to be with someone sort of mean that you lose sight of your own pathway. There's something about holding your own unique individual pathway alongside being able to be in relationship. The key here is in relationship as well. And whether you are in relationship with a new person or an existing relationship finds a new surge of vitality, of passion, your perspective has changed in some way. You're in a new phase of beginning, a new chapter. Whether you are in relationship with a project, whether this is your relationship with your working world or your even your home environment, something here is emerging and shifting, but it is going to take time. Curiously enough, I don't think it's going to take as long as we might actually feel. You are being asked to persevere. The key here is your own leadership. Archangel Gabriel, it's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. And Cat Spirit, claim your independence. These cards speak volumes. It's almost as though, again, this green calcite, it's healing something. Maybe previously you couldn't have a voice. Now you can. Maybe in previous relationships or even in an existing relationship or at work, you didn't feel that you could put your ideas forwards. It's time to shift that perspective. You've been doing a lot of internal work. You've been laying the foundations for this shift for quite a long time. And you are now in a position to really move forwards. It's like stepping up. Very, very interesting energy of the Page of Pentacles in reverse, but then moving to the Queen. She's wonderful. The Queen of Pentacles, she's got a strength about her, as does the Queen of Swords here, holding your direction, keeping your intentions clear. Let's talk about wishes and intentions. I was going to do that in the introduction. There's so much sometimes just to talk about in terms of the sort of astrological stuff and the different elements of manifestation, and how we can really start to learn how to enhance our ability to create what we want in the world in a way that's also in harmony with the bigger picture, the greater collective vision. So the King of Wands, this feels for me like this surge of new creative energy, new clarity of direction, the strength of conviction, bringing creativity, somebody bringing in, somebody or something, an idea that's suddenly you have that, maybe you've been, I don't know, procrastinating about writing that novel, writing that book, and suddenly that spark comes in, or someone says something to you and you think, that's the idea I wanted to follow, something along those lines. But you also then need to run with that idea yourself. Not rely on someone else to guide you. This is your idea. This is your space of new beginning. Queen of Swords, keep your intentions crystal clear. Now, for me in this reading, the King of Wands is connecting to wishes and desires. And the Queen of Swords here is connecting to intention. Okay, there's quite a different energy. If we think of wishes, when we write our 10 new moon wishes, they are about our desires. They're the things we're wishing for. They kind of come from the heart, and they come from deep within. An intention is something that we intend to do. So if we think about 10 new moon wishes, we write those things that we desire, that we want. You know, I would like, I don't know, to easily shift any perspectives that hold me back. I would like to easily welcome into my life the clarity of direction or the support that I need, or I would like to easily meet my soulmate, or, you know, these are the kinds of ways that we write our new moon wishes. They hold the essence of the desires that come from our heart. Intentions are the way in which we are, the things we're going to do to manifest. So, you know, I intend to, I don't know, join a spiritual dating site, which would be that sort of that move beyond, this is my wish, you know, my desire is to, I don't know, easily meet my soulmate. I intend to do X, Y, Z to move that forwards. You know, I wish to easily write my novel, for example. You know, I intend to commit to, I don't know, even if it's 20 minutes a day of writing. It's that kind of, so intentions are different. I feel like, it's really interesting though, I feel like someone comes in and almost creates a space where you are gifted something. Whether it's that spark, that idea, it is the someone you've been looking to meet, it's there, or it's the renewal of the vows within a relationship, the renewal of passion. There's something gets shifted here. Really interesting, because green calcite brings that shift in energy away from any kind of stuckness. You have been working at this. This isn't something completely new. It's something you've wanted and that you've sown seeds you've been working at for some of you for quite a while. Persevere. It's going to come through. The key here is holding those intentions as well as those wishes. This reading is really, I think, inviting you perhaps to write not only 10 new moon wishes today, but maybe 10 new moon intentions as well. That may really help to keep that focus. You are promised fertility here, and also potential, I want to say potential choices. Now, this is interesting. Take charge. This card is speaking to me in more than one way. If you are, this reading is speaking to you of relationship, I think there is a fulfillment here. There's real opportunity for you. There's a sense of fulfillment of meeting someone who really does resonate with you at a level of heart and soul. If this is about a creative project or some aspect of your home, your family, your working world, or indeed if it, you know, any other aspect of your lives, for some of you, I really am seeing you working so hard at manifesting in all areas of your world. But for those of you where it's a creative project, I think you're going to start to see the early stages of that new phase coming to fruition. You just need to persevere. The seeds have all, it's like you've sown the seeds and suddenly they start to sprout. You know, you were wondering if they were ever going to. Suddenly they start to sprout and you start to see them emerge. There's still work to be done. There are still choices and decisions to be made around how you proceed. This is really just saying step up, look ahead, take charge, hold that course. It's your course. There's something about your own unique direction. There's something very uniquely you that you are bringing forth, whether that is, as I said, in your home, your family, in your relationships, in your work. There is something very, very uniquely you that is emerging. And it is, I want to say, on the basis of much hard work. So big respect to you, because this is the kind of personal evolutionary work at a level of soul that not only actually transforms our own lives, but actually then ripples out into the world, affecting all those that we come into contact with. So very powerful reading, this one. Big respect to you. And yeah, I think it's really inviting something of the wishes and the intentions with so much promise. I mean, again, this is a rune of fertility. Wonderful friends, I'm going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing. If you've enjoyed the reading and you're not yet a part of this community, do consider subscribing. It really does help me to maintain the channel, and sharing obviously helps to get these messages out to as many people as possible, and it helps me to continue to put free stuff into the world. Wonderful friends, so much love to you. Namaste. Welcome to reading number 2 with the wonderful, persevering, resilient, just amazing energy of yeah, of carnelian. I always feel with carnelian, if I'm spinning lots of plates, just because life happens like that sometimes, carry carnelian. It just really, really keeps you, I don't know, it just seems to, for me, to keep me anchored. It's like my feet are still on the ground despite everything spinning. Really, really quite an amazing stone. One of my all-time favourites. So, well, we have the rune of breakthrough. This is very, very powerful. The readings are something else today. So, the rune of breakthrough. Let's have a look at our tarot cards. This is interesting. Cruelty, the moon, the hanged man in reverse. You are needing to persevere with something here. Very powerful, but we have a breakthrough moment promised here. And I may do some energy shifting here because we have the hanged man in reverse, we have the star in reverse, and we have change in reverse. Lovely. Believe in yourself. We have the card worth the wait. Angel therapy. Give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burdens. Something is weighing heavily on you guys. Really interesting because breakthrough is promised here. So although there's quite a heavy energy here, there's a past thing, something has been weighing very heavily. It's really interesting. I'm seeing something that's quite strong coming in. Now, a very, very amazing, one of my own mentors, guides, teachers actually said to me, gave me a really useful piece of information a while ago. She said, you know, sometimes you can get up and you were on track, you're doing really well, but you just feel like you were suddenly hit by a ton of bricks and you just don't know where it's come from. And she said, you know, this is the power of thought. Okay, this reading is all about the power of thought. We'll do some energy shifting and move something forwards. I'm also going to put some protection around you each as well. Now, what she said was, you know, the power of thought. Somebody somewhere who, and there are people in the world, very, very sadly, there are sort of narcissistic people in the world. There are people who genuinely operate on the basis of ill intent. It's heartbreaking. It's really, really sad, but they do. Sometimes it's done completely unconsciously. I mean, we all mess up. We all do things sometimes that can cause difficulty to others. But predominantly that's unintentional. But there are people in the world who genuinely set out to cause damage. If you think about the number of scams that there are out in the world where people just, you know, whether it's small or large, they're ultimately just taking from others and investing lots of energy to create a system to take from others. You know, it's very, very sad. It's very, very heartbreaking. You guys have experienced something of this. And anyway, what my mentor said to me was, you know, you can get up one day, you're having a good day, suddenly you feel you've been hit by a ton of bricks, and somewhere somebody has, if you like, issued some ill intent towards you, and you're receiving it. It's come through the ethers, you're receiving it. So I'm needing to talk about this card in several different ways. First of all, so the card of cruelty. Now, for some of you, there has been cruelty to you in the past, and it's been lingering. It's almost like the effect was so huge, it really, really traumatized you. You may have grown up with a narcissistic family member, or you may have been targeted, bullied in some way. This reading is saying to you it's time to shift that, and we will do some energy shifting. I'm going to put protection around you, and we are going to do some healing within the course of this reading. So there's something of that energy that's held you back. Now, for some of you, it's way in the past, but it's lingered because it hurt so much. For others, there's been something, there's somebody you've separated, you've moved away, you've moved beyond, and there's still a flavour of that ill intent around. You know, it's kind of like, you know, someone's pissed off. They were quite happy, I don't know, using you in some way, and actually you moved away and you drew the line. You said no, not anymore, and well done you. I want to say really, really well done you. But it's almost as though they're still sort of sending out some of those vibes. You know, they're pissed off that you're no longer there for them to target or project onto in some way. For others, you've got a raging inner critic. You bully yourself. I'm seeing that as well. So there's something of this card we really need to listen to. Not because, you know, as I said, I'll put protection around you for those of you that are still getting some incoming flack from somebody who's basically pissed off that you said no. But what I really want to do is to cleanse your energy here. We've got this wonderful selenite, the energy of the moon. Now I'm going to work with this very, very specifically and in quite a unique way. Now, of course, this new moon heralds the clan mother of She Who Heals. It's a rite. She offers a rite of passage. So wonderful energy to start with. Your new moon wishes may orientate around easily letting go of the past, easily removing any aspect of your inner critic. You know, an inner critique is fine because critique is good. It helps us to evaluate. Critic, definitely no. But this is big. Whatever happened to you, it was actually very, very significant. This has come up in a few readings, so it's really very powerful. It indicates an element of trauma, but it's really important to move away from it. I'm already shifting things around. It left you feeling as if you doubted yourself, hence squirrel spirit. Believe in yourself. It's almost as though it left you feeling as though you weren't worthy. And people can do that. When people are cruel, it's quite interesting. One of the things that when people are bullied actually and targeted, they will often go over and over and over. What did I do? It must have been my fault. I must have done something to deserve it. You kind of know the repartee in your... That needs to stop. Believe in yourself. Let's just create a very firm division here. So sit with this card, know where it's come from. We can face this. We know what it was. We know how we know what happened. Even if there's still a bit of incoming energy, I'm actually going to completely seal this energy actually. So I'm going to move the cards over a little bit here because this is where we're going to be. We're going to do some energy shifting. Right, so I'm going to use selenite here, which is the wonderful, wonderful and powerful energy of the moon. So first of all, we have carnelian. This is your strength. I'd like you to remember, and really being asked to offer this to you as well. The angel therapy, Archangel Raphael, again, healing energy. Give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burdens. I'm going to bring the energy here of the angels into this card. They want to sit beneath you and around you. We're going to bring in selenite here. Ooh, that feels good. We're going to bring in selenite here, and we're going to bring in selenite here. We're just going to place that completely surrounded by light. Okay, this is now, it's as though we've put it into a little box and we've buried it in love and light. We send them love, we walk away. This is no longer relevant to you. It is not right for you. This is not the energy for you to be carrying. Now you are asked to persevere. I'm going to bring the carnelian, the resilience, the durability, and the message that was offered to you as well from this is, this actually made you a better person. It's hard, it's been really tough, but you know, it's made you a better person. Sometimes our greatest adversaries, do you know, they teach us how not to live. You know, they teach by example. As much as we aspire to be like the amazing people that we come across in our world, sometimes we learn, you know, through the stuff that we think, God, I would never do that. I would never behave like that. So there's something here about you have become a stronger, better person, and you are asked to hold the gratitude, even though that's a challenge. Let go of this completely, but hold the gratitude. Now I'm going to move the moon card down here. We are really shifting some energy in this reading here. So, breakthrough. Wonderful, wonderful rune of breakthrough. The moon is a rite of passage. Breakthrough is around you. This is gone, done, it's past. This is where we sit now. Believe in yourself. Worth the wait. This has somehow inhibited you in a very specific way. If it was a relationship, it might have stopped you from believing that you could deserve to meet a good person. or that you would never meet a good person, or that there aren't any good people out there, you know, that kind of flavour. If you were damaged in a business way, if somebody kind of ripped you off or treated you badly, if you entered into an arrangement, or, you know, you might be fearful that you'll never get a job that would really be right, or that you won't find that career pathway, or you can't risk investing in something because, you know, there'll be another scammer out there. It's that, again, that flavour. You're being asked to put that down here. Believe in yourself. This is worth the wait. There's something very specific that you have desired and wanted, and it got really your manifestations were inhibited because something of this lingered. It was clinging. It's time now to release it. This is now packaged, okay? Firmly packaged. The angels are taking care of this. Let it go. Move away. This is your rite of passage, your rebirth and emergence. Believing in yourself. And, do you know, worth the wait. Is something or someone not moving forwards as fast as you would like? This card is here to reassure you. Hold fast, be patient. The best things in life are worth waiting for. And we have these cards in reverse. This shift in energy here, vitality, really interesting. I'm going to bring in a couple of additional angels as well. So I'm going to bring in a honey calcite angel, who is this is a stone of leadership, always associated with Archangel Gabriel. This is about you reinvesting, taking charge of your life. And I'm also going to bring in Tiger Eye. Tiger Eye is said to bring in good luck to the wearer, to create a shift in fortune. And yeah, it literally is a shift in fortune. It also provides protection. So there we are. And we have this wonderful energy of leadership, of you taking charge, knowing the angels are completely supporting you here. We have breakthrough with protection and a shift in fortune. You're ready to see it for what it is. We're going to shift the Hanged Man into an upright position. You don't have to be held back or stuck in any way anymore. It is time to release and let go. Remember, she who heals. This is the energy that is here for the next moon cycle. We have the Star. We will move this into an upright position, bringing renewed hope, renewed vision, renewed self-belief. And last of all, the card of change with the infinity symbol. This is magical. It's absolutely wonderful. This is a surge of new resources coming to you. It's the Two of Pentacles. It does literally sometimes mean money comes to you. Yeah, resources come to you. You know, something comes that allows you to begin to build and move forwards. This is worth the wait. This is really worth the wait. The perseverance, the renewal of hope, the re-establishing of hope, seeing something for what it was, seeing something for what it is, and no longer allowing it to govern you. Letting go, knowing this is now in the past, it's taken care of. And as I said, I will literally in both here and within a meditation, I will actually be placing energy. I'm asking and calling for energy to be placed around you, much as this has been contained in the reading. I'm going to see sort of energy contained around you as well. In fact, actually, I'm going to do that right now. I'm just going to draw in, and the way I'm going to work with that, I'm going to get a piece of sweetgrass. Now, excuse me, leaning, I think if I leaned across the camera, hopefully I didn't interfere with that picture, but sweetgrass is beautiful energy. When you burn this, it smells of vanilla. It's absolutely lovely. It's known as grandmother's hair. So much wisdom and groundedness in this. But sweetgrass, in the way that we often smudge with sage, I've got my sort of smudging bowl here. I always smudge and cleanse the cards before we use them. There's a whole preparation that I go through before I begin the readings. Sage will literally transform negativity. It helps to disperse negativity. Sweetgrass attracts positivity. So it's got a very, very different energy. Literally, I'm going to place this, I'm going to put this almost like around you. I'm going to put this around these angels, around the breakthrough card. I'm just going to place it here. It's literally energetically making sure that positivity comes to you. It kind of means that you know, negativity bounces off. It can't get through. Feels really important to just bring this last little bit of containment into the reading. So wonderful, wonderful friends, I want to say thank you for joining me today for this reading. I want to say thank you for this level of work. The readings this week are very powerful. They really are all about that level of evolutionary work at a level of soul. This is powerful because when you transform from this kind of stuff, you energetically lift the vibration not just of yourself, but actually of the collective soul of humanity that has been so damaged by so much cruelty and so much difficulty, so much disregard and disrespect. So wonderful friends, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you to those of you who are subscribed and are a part of this amazing community here. If you've enjoyed the readings and you're new to me or my readings, do please like, share. I would be so grateful for that, and subscribe. It does help to it helps to support me to keep the channel going, and also to continue to put free stuff into the world in the way that I do. So wonderful friends, big respect to you, so much love to you. Namaste. Welcome, wonderful friends, to reading number 3. I'm really blown away by the readings this week. They are something else. Whew. So we have the rune of disruption. This is interesting. It's like Uranus, the great awakener. Now, the moon today is actually squaring Uranus. So very, very interesting energy, but trining Chiron, the energy of healing. So this rune suggests disruption. Sometimes it means like an awakening. Sometimes it's like you suddenly see something clearly. It can mean that something happens that causes you to see something very clearly, very suddenly. And sometimes it's like a gradual awakening. You know, when event after event after event happens and suddenly you wake up and think, do you know, I can't do this anymore, or this isn't working, or wow, I really understand that. It's like the penny drops. There's something about this. It can sometimes indicate the need to break free from something. So this is curious, sitting with this energy of abundance here. So let's see what we've got. We have in our cards, we have the Hierophant in reverse. We have the Ace of Swords. Oh, you're being shown signs, signals, synchronicities. The pathway is being shown to you. This is interesting. We've got 9 of Cups in reverse and 3 of Wands in reverse. We're going to do some energy shifting, I think, in this card. Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. Take action now and prioritize. Ooh, this is really exciting. You're being shown signs, signals, synchronicities. Doorways are being opened for you, which lead to a pathway of abundance. But there's something about maybe not, you need to take action. Now, if we think of this new moon and the overall energy of August that I was speaking about in the introductions, there is a need during the sort of astro energy of August to still be visioning in terms of our manifestations, but we kind of need to do stuff. We've got to kind of put our money where our mouth is. You know, that's the kind of thing that's going on here. Now, what I'm seeing is there's a need to, I almost want to say, not to procrastinate or not to put something off. Don't postpone something. Go for it. It's really, really what I'm hearing. You're being shown things. Doorways are being opened to you. Now, for some of you, you're on track with something. You're working at something, and I think it's going to take off. It has the potential to take off, but you need to see the signs and the signals that are being shown to you. It's like you've got to prioritize. It's almost as though it's kind of like sorting your diary out almost, and taking action, giving yourself a greater structure to work within. There's so much promise in this reading. And yet there's disruptions around you. I feel like it's really interesting. You're on track in terms of abundance. It's almost like, you know, when you set yourself a series of tasks that you're going to do today. You know, you've got your list, let's say, and it's a realistic list. You are being asked to be realistic here in terms of structure and progress. Prioritize. Archangel Metatron, focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. It's like you're setting yourself a list of tasks, but somehow it's kind of like the phone rings, or, you know, up comes a little pop-up, or you know, or somebody sends you a text and you just go and check it, and then you've lost your momentum. You're being asked to be really clear about your direction, to get really, really clear. You are being shown signs, signals, synchronicities that are opening doorways, but you've got to walk through them, and you've got to have a clarity of vision. It's really interesting, the Hierophant. I feel like something has, I don't know, just knocked you off balance. It's quite recent. It's not I don't feel like it's a big thing. It's almost like your energy has been sort of a bit up and down, really. Yeah, I'm seeing just a little bit up and down. You've had days when you haven't felt motivated, and as I said, there have been interruptions, and yet, yeah, you're being asked to get going here. Prioritize, take action now. This is a clear and unequivocal message that action on your part is needed now. Manifestation is not simply a process of visioning in and dreaming about your desires. When an opportunity is offered to you, you must also take action. Pay attention to the signs and move forwards fearlessly. This feels really powerful. Beaver spirit is interesting because beavers don't go out and gather all the materials they need in order to then build their dam. You know, they in terms of project management, okay, because there's something about this. I feel like you're being asked to project manage some aspect of your life, and it's leading you to abundance. It's your pathway to abundance. It's your pathway to a future with a lot of success. At the moment, it's almost as though you can't quite see that possibility. You lose sight of it sometimes. If your energy levels are low, it's kind of like, and we get days like that. You know, especially, I mean, I personally think we're seeing what I would call the kind of emotional, psychological, the mental health impact of the pandemic, actually. And I think it's going to take quite a while. It's going to be quite a long time before we really process the full impact of that, not physically but psychologically, emotionally, you know, in terms of our wellness, our mental health, our emotional health. I just think this is going to take a while to process. We're seeing lots of different people having very different experiences, all of which have a big emotional impact. Whatever takes place in our lives, when emotions run high in any direction, we actually tend to then run on low. We're running on empty, because emotions can consume a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy. I feel like, as I said, your energy levels have been up and down. Maybe if you have a day when you don't have the physical resources, or your energy isn't as good as usual for you, it then sort of shrouds your perspective to believe in your own progress here. This is really promising. Look at Archangel Metatron bringing gifts. You know, focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. Take action now. Beavers don't project manage in the way that we do. They don't have an expectation that when they're going to, I don't know, build their house, let's use that, and build their dam, build a house. They don't, you know, phone up and get all the materials on site. Actually, they just trundle out and they go and find the first log that looks really, really right. That's the one they bring in. They put that in place. Then they go and get another log, and then the next day they'll go and get another one. It's kind of like they just keep going. It's like their house building, their dam building is actually a very organic, creative process, which means that they are working in alignment with the universe. You know, it's kind of like they trust that the right log will appear, the right, you know, tree will show itself, gift itself to them. There's something about holding your trust and faith here. The Hierophant in reverse is sort of saying sometimes you've lost sight of that belief in some way. It's as if you're feeling low and you don't feel that the universe has your back, or things have gradually built up. There's a need to break free from something. For some of you, that breaking free is something within you that has shrouded your vision. For others, it's a breaking free of, not procrastination as such, but breaking free from a sort of a space where you're feeling like you can't progress because you haven't got everything in place, and you feel sort of a bit low or a bit defeated before you've started. It's really interesting because this is a powerfully positive reading. I think we're going to do some energy shifting. I just did in reading number 2 as well, in a very, very different way. Very different messages coming through, but they are so powerful. Now, let's tune into the new moon energy of today. The new moon is a space of, it's like a surge of creativity. It's a union, a sacred marriage of the sun and the moon coming together in a space of creation. It's why we make new moon wishes in the space of the new moon energy. The sun, the creative surge, life source energy of the sun, is uniting with the internal energy, the reflective, internal, creativity of, it's the masculine and the feminine. The outward surge of creativity is the masculine creativity, the sun, the moon, the feminine. It's the internal space of creativity coming together. So let's reopen your vision. Okay, we know that you need to lay a solid foundation. We know that it's time to take action. You're being asked to get organised, and Archangel Metatron is there offering you gifts, offering you support, showing you the way. And this is going to happen. We have this wonderful card of the 7 of Swords. So sit with the energy that we have here. Listen to where that sits in your body. Trust there's a need to break free and move forwards with something. For some of you, if there is a disruption that creates a shake-up, part of the shake-up is to break you free from something that's holding you back. For most of you, I'm seeing literally there is a need to really step up, take charge, but there's something about refinding that trust that is really important here. Now, you're going to be shown signs, signals, synchronicities, but the key to this is to be able to reopen your trust. You know, if we sit in a space of trust and we know that we seek guidance every day, in fact, I would venture to say program into your daily structure. You are being called to potentially create a structure here for your manifestation, a structure of action. So I spoke in one of the other readings about the difference between wishes and intentions. Wishes are those attributes of the feminine, where we dream and vision in the things that we want to see happen or that we want to manifest. The intention is the outward creativity. It's I intend to. So, you know, I intend to create a timetable and stick to it. You know, I intend to write for 2 hours every day. If this is, about, let's say you've lost sight of the potential for the book you were going to write, but whatever you're manifesting, it's I intend to. It's the taking action, but trusting also that the universe will open the doorways for you along the way. There's something about not being clear in your direction either. You might have more than one project on the go. You might have more than one aspect of your world and end up feeling overwhelmed by all of them. Just again, we can break that down. We can timetable appropriately. We can prioritize. We need to trust that we will be shown the way. We'll be given the guidance we need. So as we sit with this energy, I'm going to do some energy writing. So first of all, let's turn the Hierophant into an upright position and connect you to higher guidance that allows you to see clearly. Lovely. Oh, that feels really nice. It's like it's lifted the energy here, really, really highlighting that potential. I'm going to place the disruption here. This is the Great Awakener. Remember, the energy of Uranus can really bring us insight, awareness, show us what we need to do to move forwards and to, literally almost to step up and take our place in the world. I'm going to move those along because we're going to be doing, as I said, quite a bit of energy shifting here. The Seven of Swords, once you regain that clarity, that trust, that faith, the Seven of Swords then moves into place here. Lovely, again, highlighted, illuminated by the selenite energy of the moon. Being illuminated, the pathway is shown to you, but you need to hold your vision and take action and sit in that space of trust. Then we get this sort of a bit of a sort of a breakthrough almost here, really. You start to take action. You're laying the foundation, one log at a time, okay? Then we get this lovely illumination. The Nine of Cups moves into an upright position. We start to really see the fruits of our labour, and that creates pathways to a new and different future. It's like, I think you're going to see some results quite quickly. That's what this is really saying to me. You need to take action and shift to this space of trust. If you've lost faith in a project or lost faith in a relationship, re-find that, because the abundance stone is here. I'm going to sit it at this end. I'm going to move everything along a bit just because I want it to be nicely and beautifully in camera. There have been disruptions, there have been delays, but it is the time is absolutely right for you to persevere, to take action. You're laying a solid foundation. I think you're going to see some results pretty quickly. I think things are going to come through fairly fast. You're going to suddenly see things, you step through that doorway and it's like, oh wow, that actually worked. And you know how when we get started on something and we start to do it, the more we do it, the more we feel passionate, excited, the more we realise we're on track. I think you're going to find that on-trackness, that revitalisation coming through very quickly. You're going to begin to see the fruits of your labour, the possibilities emerging. Okay, but action is needed, and I would really say structure. So you might want to write not just 10 new moon wishes, but 10 new moon intentions. So again, I want to easily organize my calendar. I wish to be, the energy to easily help me to organize my calendar. And, I intend to sit down on Monday morning each week and really take charge of my schedule, I'm going to choose to, I intend, not to pick up the phone every time it rings or to put it on silent. It's that kind of stuff. So there's something about being very pragmatic and practical here, holding that vision, but also sitting in trust. There's renewed trust, faith in your potential to manifest being offered here. Whatever has been holding you back, whatever has either interrupted and stopped you from your flow, or whatever is potentially shown to you through interruption, one way or the other, it is time to get organized and move forwards. I feel like gifts are coming to you. Really lovely. I think you're going to see some results pretty quickly. It's really about trusting and following the signs. Listen, if you've got more than one project on the go and you're not managing to move forwards in any of them because somehow you don't quite know, again, prioritize, ask for guidance. You'll be shown which one is the one to follow first, and then you can move on to the next. The future is opening up here. It's lovely. Wow. Wonderful, friends, and such powerful readings. I really am blown away by these this week. Wonderful friends, thank you so much for joining me. Big respect to you, because this is really about finding your get up and go and it's like stepping up into the biggest, best version of you and really making that choice and doing it in real terms in your manifestations. It literally is in terms of manifestation. What are you creating? What are you bringing forth? And it's wonderful when that is in alignment with the higher vision. Don't lose sight, because I feel like the universe is really supporting you here. So thank you for joining me for the readings. For those of you who are a part of this community, thank you so much for your ongoing support. And if you're new to me or my readings, if you've enjoyed the readings or they have been helpful to you, do please share, like, subscribe. All of these things do help me to maintain the channel, maintain this community, and it helps me to continue to put tons of free stuff into the world. Wonderful friends, thank you so much. So much love to you. Namaste.